Dude, I'm sorry I made you join on Discord, but we made it work. You're here. It's good to see you, dude. I don't even know if you've made it on the stream in a long fucking time. And what a day to do it. What a day to do it. Bitcoin just wicked to what? Almost 117 clean?
Man, everything right now is just absolutely ripping, and it's beautiful to see. It's at 116, but it's right at like this level that I have been waiting for a long time, which, I put out a post just a bit ago that showed this high time frame resistance, basically that dates all the way back to the 2021 highs. If you draw a line between the two 2021 highs and where we are right now, each time that it's bumped up against that, it's been rejected and just gone, straight down to whatever. And it's finally breaking through. Like, we are at that point right now. So like a clean break to 120 and it's on. So I'm hyped.
You've been bullish for a long time, yeah? Like you've been bull posting for the last like 6. I think you've been bull posting your whole life.
No, FTX from like sub 20K on, I've just been bull posting nonstop. So I rode down, to like sub 20, and then from there just bullish since. And there's no reason not to be, right? Like, I think we're finally going to see Alt Szn too. Hype, man.
So how are you positioned right now? Like, what break down your portfolio, break down your how about this? Break down your net worth for me. Break down your net worth. Like, what percent is in cash, stables, Bitcoin, alts, what alts? Like, break down like a pie chart. You have to say how much if you don't want.
100% long.
Are you serious?
More than 100%.
Are you serious?
Fully allocated, more than 100%.
Like,
so,
your whole net worth.
And it's, I mean, I've got basically everything fully allocated. I've got enough to pay rent, to do whatever else, but outside of that, we're just sending it.
Whoa.
So it's a good day.
Since what level have you been basically like full port net worth longed?
For too long, there were some rough periods. Before it's been good. So, but yeah, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's finally really a really good day. So
did you like almost lose it all during the dump to like 70s?
No, I mean, like, I lost it all a couple times. I mean, we're good though. We are cooking. And
wait, explain that to me. How did you lose it all the most recent time?
Well, when I say lose it all, like lose a lot of like, the liquid, dude, just basically assumed what's happening right now was going to happen earlier. Wasn't managing my risk well at all. And just got too greedy with positions. So just over the past few months been a lot more just played things a little bit slower. And in the past week is where I've really kind of ramped things up a little bit in anticipation for this. And, it's working out so far, man. But, I think that the end of the day, like, there's so many opportunities in this space, right? Like, that just, we barely scraped the surface of it. You look at a lot of the different airdrops and stuff that have happened over the course of the past few months, and it's like we're not even in the real bull market yet, man. Like, alts are barely sending. Bitcoin dominance has been at all-time highs, and we've seen this type of opportunity. Imagine what it's going to be in a real bull market. Like,
in a real bull market?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's about to get fun, man.
That's crazy. We can move on from your port in a second. Of your like fully longed, how much of it is in Bitcoin and how much of it is in alts, and like what are your alts you're most allocated to?
See, right now, let's see, the majority. Okay, so I'll break down the different positions that I've got right now that are my. We've got one thing I've been sharing that I think is going to do decently well. Yeah, I've got these Riot calls that I'm riding. It's nothing too crazy, but I've got about 100K worth of Riot calls that are way out of the money, dated to January mostly.
Okay.
I think that Bitcoin miners are incredibly undervalued. I like to have a little bit of exposure to equities. It's just sometimes a little bit of an easier cash vehicle, but um, on top of that, like miners, dude, just it makes a lot of sense for me. I could go down the list of different reasons why I think they're gonna pop, but I have a massive I've been building this for the past like week or so. But I've got a big ordi long, which yeah, I think that ordinals on Bitcoin are incredibly undervalued. Today was the first time that I really posted about that. But it's the first meme
Okay.
on BTC. I think that, when you look at it, it's still down, shoot, close to 90% from its all-time high. It's the number 2 market cap meme on Bitcoin right now, beneath Dog. And nothing against Dog, but I just think I like the narrative for Ordi better. Um, let's see what else. I've got a massive AVAX long. Um, I have a shit ton of SWE and AVAX NFTs. I like the risky kind of. I think that NFTs are basically a leverage bet on an L1. And a lot of people think that NFTs are dead and gone. So I think that's the perfect time to stack them. Like, and the NFT is basically just banking away whatever the underlying currency that it's built on is, right? So it's like, if you buy something on Sweet, like I've got these Doonies on there, right?
Huh?
Like I forget, it's kind of like a call option, right? Doesn't matter how low or how high they go, you're not going to get licked out of it. You just basically hold on, and whenever the chain gains enough momentum, I think that underlying price ends up shooting up with it. So like there are a lot of things like that right now. I think people are just sleeping on that, just quietly accumulating the stuff that nobody else wants.
Well,
What about
that
you, man? I saw that you picked a BTC at the low. I was impressed that you stacked it.
you've been following my tweets, huh? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
No, I have been.
I
Yeah,
look,
I missed it whenever you were gone.
I and you sent me the nicest text ever, by the way. I was glazing you before the stream. That just like OG homie. I did, man. I fucking maybe I even went a little bit too heavy, but I guess you can't complain right now when it's at 116K. I stacked really hard, like in the like 80s all the way up, 70s, high 70s all the way up to like 100. I was buying, and it feels pretty good. Now I'm like, all right, are we about to go alt season? Like, do I need? I basically haven't been trading. I basically haven't been trading at all. The only trades I've made in the last month were buying more Bitcoin, buying Ticker Rasmer, and selling KOL scan today. Bitcoin Rasmer
Nice.
barbell. And I guess my
Oh,
question
so you
back,
sold into the pump on KOL scan?
dude. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Nice.
My question back to you is like, what is the dead give that alt season is here and it's time to start allocating? And then how do you approach freshly allocating into alts when things start to feel like you're late and it's a little euphoric?
Man, first and foremost, I think you're always going to feel a little bit late. But in a bull market, again, the opportunities are so boundless. It's like you have to treat every day fresh, right? Every single day. You can't sit there and think about, well, I could have had this had I not sold here. I could have had this had I not, done this instead. And a lot of people just sideline themselves for a long time because of it. If anything, I think that as these different alts are starting to break out, it's a confirmation that momentum is heading back in the right direction. And it's also almost a safer buy than buying it lower, right? Like you don't have to nail every single bottom. And a lot of these alts, dude, they're going to print so many multiples. You don't need leverage or anything like that. Just find a good narrative that you can believe in and buy it, right? Like that's, I think, the most important thing with alts because it helps, it's similar to NFTs whenever you like the PFP or you like the community, right? Whatever it is, find a good narrative, trust it. There are going to be narratives that outpace you for a certain period of time. But yeah, just be patient, trust the process. I think that overall though, like when you look at a lot of the different the alt Bitcoin dominance chart right now, dude, it's like nearly 70%. And I don't think anything's ever going to flip Bitcoin. I do not want to put that out there. Like I'm a Bitcoin maxi from that perspective. Um, but it just makes so much more sense to me that alts like from here are the better risk reward play in general. They are due for a squeeze, man. I mean, like it's when you look at everything from a regulatory perspective, um, we have never had a better regulatory environment than we have right now. We have never had more capital easily ready to inflow into the markets than we have right now. We have never had better DApps than what we have right now. So it's like all these things from the technical, from the tech, what I like, it's all lining up. I think that we're gonna see it's time, man. Like you look at last cycle, alts didn't pump until post December 2020. Like you had a couple little niche sectors that did earlier, like the DeFi sector, for instance. But the actual L1s and all that stuff didn't really start until January of 21. And that was after Bitcoin really had its God candle to clear the previous all-time high. And I kind of think that's where we are right now, right? Like Bitcoin is printing that. This is what we've been waiting for. I just think that that's kind of the risk-on signal that the market's looking for. And it's it's finally time to have a little bit of fun again.
So do you think that this like Bitcoin breakout candle is the sign that you can be irresponsible again and just fucking like bull market risk management type of approach?
Yes.
Because I was pretty irresponsible.
Yes.
2024, I was pretty irresponsible. Like, are we back to that? You could just fucking, like, yeah, be irresponsible and long your longs.
Yeah, no, like in my opinion, and again, please seek other less degenerate opinions too and do whatever, but like this is where you long your longs. This is not where you take profit, right? You survived the X amount of time for this period. You don't do that to just take profit right whenever Bitcoin breaks into a new all-time high, right? Like especially we have not had a real alt season yet this cycle. Like this cycle is going to be longer and higher than any cycle that we've had before. I really truly believe that we are entering the real super cycle. What Suzu tried to say last time around, he was just one cycle too early.
Whoa. So then from that standpoint, like, okay, let me ask you this. Is like, I made a really good Bitcoin trade. It's alt spot. It's comfy. I'm up on it now.
Yeah.
We just broke out all-time high. How do you know when to sell? Is that the hardest part of the trade? How do you know when it's time to sell? Like, how crazy can the cycle get from here? From like a proper bull's perspective, because you are one of the most bullish people that I know for sure.
I won't lie, ThreadGuy. That's one of the things I'm working on this cycle. Like last cycle, I had multiple runs where I hit like, shoot, I hit 5 mil a couple times. I hit like 10 mil plus. Then, a few stretches of like a couple mil here and there. And I just never would know when to sell.
10 mil on one trade or 10 mil all-time high port?
Oh, that was like April of 2021. In 3 weeks, I turned 30K into 12.5 mil on FTX. Just trading
in
perps.
3 weeks? 30K to 12 mil in 3 weeks? That you just said?
Yeah, just trading perps on FTX, and then I round tripped it a month later. But
Whoa, what was the biggest like single
so
trade? What was the biggest trade on that 30K to
oh shoot, dude. I mean, there might be a few people in here who remember some of them. But I mean, I think like BTT was one. No, was BT? No, not BTT. Shoot, what were the ones? They all blur together a little bit right now. I know BNB, I think, was the highest from like the pure P&L perspective. I was long a 25,000 BNB at the peak. That was a massive position. TRX was one that I wrote up and had a solid move from it. Um, Dude,
Whoa.
I'm blanking through some of
Do
the others
you
right now.
do
Like,
you have to be trading leverage to catch that kind of move? Like to do you have to be trading leverage to not be late and
I
catch
mean, to
the
get that
bulk of the
type of
move?
quick, but like, dude, here's the thing though, ThreadGuy, like, I made it, but like I said, I lost it. So, yeah, you can make quick cash doing that, but I think that what I've learned this time around, like the safer way is, diversify. I basically had everything on there, right? So, I did not do a good job of diversifying. One thing that I'm really trying to do a better job of this cycle, again, it's just like, dude, as I get profit, aping into different diversifying with that, right? Like not leaving it all on the table, at least on one table.
Did you lose it all because you literally lost it, or you lost it all because of FTX? Or
No, I
some
lost it all. I mean, I lost some with FTX, right? Like, but no, I mainly lost it all because I lost it. Like, I would get so guilty. I would share my long, right? Like with BNB, for instance, I was long 25,000 BNB and I'd enter a trade and I was so algoed out that when I shared a tweet, it didn't matter the market cap. It could be like a 10 bill market cap. Market cap would move up like 1% like that. Um, and there'd be a shit ton of profit sitting there, but like I had the conviction, I was like, I'm not going to dump this immediately, right? Like, could I have and should have?
wait, you
But no,
you you were moving the market cap of $10 billion coins from a tweet 2021?
yeah, bro, dude, top 20 coins would move 1% like that. You know, that's the type of pull that I had back then. It was kind of insane. Um, at the peak of it. So,
My brother, what
dude, no,
the
April
fuck?
2021, April 2021, I did over 4 bill of volume on FTX. That's why they loved me.
How do you even do more
Um,
volume?
from my iPhone. Um,
No.
just
What are
marketing
you
in and out. I think I
saying?
paid them more fees than anybody. I had the same accountant as GCR, and he told me that I paid more taxes that year than GCR did. And like GCR
No.
netted out like 100 mil plus,
You paid more
and I
tax than
netted out
GC.
like negative.
Wait, GC. You
And
had.
he made money, and I made nothing that
Ah,
year. I owed money.
wait. You
So
had the same accountant as GCR, and your accountant told you paid more in tax in 2021 than GCR.
that's just the rumor that I heard. So yeah.
Dog, what the? Were you the number one volume trader at FTX April 2021?
No, I mean I'm sure there were others, but I mean I was just like the dumbest. I would market in and out of positions. I it was just I would like I didn't care about the slippage. If I saw an alt that I wanted to ape into, like I would just it's like, okay, what size do I want? Shoot, I'll be 50% of the OI and I'll move this up 2 or 3% on perps, and we'll just whatever happens happens. And it
You,
worked until it didn't.
yeah. Do you think, are you like back in that mode? Are you back in that like game? Like it's
I don't
are
think
you back in
I've
that
learned
mode?
a lot of lessons from then. I've learned a lot of lessons since then, man. Like, but I'm in that type of bullish mode, but just, smarter this time around, hopefully.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this then, because things are, you know how it gets, where it's like, I remember feeling this in January of 2024. Like I spent all of 23. All I did, I was on CT. I was learning how to trade, learning what's happening, following everything, and then the run just happens, and you feel like you're on your heels no matter what. I don't think it's possible to have enough coins for when the run really starts to not feel like you're on your heels. And so you start to make like I started 2024 with like really bad trades because I felt like I was chasing everything. And I could see how you could feel that right now, right? You feel like you have to chase, you're behind, you have to fire an extra size to catch moves. Like what do you think the biggest lesson you learned in the last cycle was after making a fuck ton and then losing a fuck ton that you're not going to repeat?
Oh man, I think listening to advice from friends, like I had a lot of people that told me that, I should walk out at certain points that I didn't, and that told me that I was being way too risky whenever I was describing to them what my approach was and what I was doing. And I just said, F you, like, I believe in what I can do and I'm going to do it. And, that arrogance, that pride really bit me. And, it's just, I think, trying to hang on to that humility and remembering what the market can do to you if you get a little bit too cocky, right? So even right now, as I'm watching this move, dude, I really want to size up on some positions. I am just going to wait it out, and I'm going to wait for like however high it goes on this. Great. Like I'm going to wait for a massive dip. And on that red candle, whenever, we get that first major scare, it's like, boom, there I'll add, right? And before I would be like, on the green candle at the peak, I'm going to max size up the leverage, do whatever else. Now it's just more patience. That's the biggest thing that I've learned, man. Like more patience, um, and withdrawing some cash on the way. Like that's the lesson.
It's honestly, dude, I'm hyped that we get to have like bring people like you on the stream because it's like it's you have like lore, you have so much lore. It's fucking you have so much lore. It's lit. Um, Let me ask you this: is there any price? Is there a number that you hit and you actually do walk out forever and you're done? It's over. There's no more.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I enjoy the game of going up. There probably should be a number where I just take everything off the table and I still play like I have nothing just for fun. Um, I don't know what that number would be. I even thought about it. I'm like, if I ever hit 100 mil plus, then like I'd still probably live like just, I've got my office in this tiny bedroom. Like that's I don't need a lot, right? Like it doesn't matter how much I have. Like I don't know, man. I don't do it for the money as much as I do. Like I obviously do it because I like financial freedom, but I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to live comfortably. And just at the end of the day, man, I think that like what the number is would be, is this controlling my life fully? Right? Like, have I lost sight of like, am I losing sight of my faith? Am I separating from like my friends and family with the time that I'm pouring into this? Am I not living the life I want to live because I'm so obsessed with this? And if I ever get to that point, that's my real gut check of like, I need to walk away, right? Because my faith is important to me. Don't want any other idol like other than the Lord taking that place. And if the money is ever becomes that again, like it has in the past, like that's the real accountability that I look for more so than people telling me, "Hey, you're being too risky." It's like, no, Kaleo, you are not being sound with your priorities.
Ah, that was a sick. That was a really sick answer. That was awesome. Actually, that was the best thing you said today. I think.
Yeah. So that's it, man.
Okay, this is gonna be like a really bad follow up to like the wholesome answer you just gave me, but this
No, you're fine.
chat's asking like, what is the most ridiculous purchase that you made 2021? Like mansion, cars, private. Like, what's the
I
most?
just bought a car. Nothing,
Okay,
nothing too crazy. I just bought a car. Nothing too fancy. So, you know,
Res-
so that's it. Other than that, nothing.
Oh, that's fire.
Um,
I love that.
so, um,
Okay, I have one more for you. And I have to let you go in a couple minutes. This is actually sick. I'm surprised we should do this more often. What is the, and maybe you kind of already answered this. Maybe you want to answer it a different way. Maybe you want to answer it the same way. What like advice would you give to the newer class of CT that's about to make a lot of money for the first time in the next couple months in the next year? Like the group of people that are going to make $1 million for the first time. Like what, as someone that's like been through some war, like what would be your advice to those people?
it's not worth it to sacrifice everything for it. Like if you make it again, that's my biggest thing, dude. That was the telltale sign. I got so fat during the last bull market. I was spending like 16, 17 hours a day on my phone without going out and like meeting up with my friends, going to the gym, being plugged in with church, volunteering. Like I still like to do some stuff with Young Life with the kids. Like I'm supposed to go to Colorado here in a couple weeks to a camp with them. Um, it's like if your priorities aren't your priorities, it's not worth it. So whatever the amount of money is, like it's not worth it to sell your soul for. Like that's the honest truth. So just stay humble, because it can also go quickly. And if you don't have your foundation in something else that's not the money, bro, you're going to be wrecked one way or another. Like there's never a number that's going to make you content, and you're always going to be moving the goalpost. You're probably going to wreck yourself because of it.
Lit answer. Dude, you look good. I'm happy. I feel like you're in really good like spirits. You look good. You look healthy. You look, like I've got been getting some sleep. Um, okay, here's the last thing. Actual last question. I'll let you go. Is I don't like to do the whole like what inning thing anymore, but like where are we in this cycle, and realistically, how crazy can things actually get for how long?
We're like December of 2020 maybe, but I think that it goes up way higher and way longer than what we saw in 2021.
December 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm still trading Top Shot NFTs, and my life is about to change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said, "What does that mean? I'm new." It means really fucking high and aggressive.
Like I have so much conviction in this. I've shared plenty of threads on why I believe that we're finally entering the real super cycle. I've never said that before. I've never said that we're going to break out of the 4-year Bitcoin halving before, but I finally think that we're there. So, we're out of the halving model. It's going to be higher for longer, and it'll be way lower for way longer after.
Okay,
The
here's
bear
the
market, the next
actual.
bear market's going to suck.
This is the actual last question. Is I don't know how much of like a like long term doomer you are. Also, BB, thanks for the subs. How much like a long term doomer you are with like devaluation of the dollar, AOC 2028. How much time do you have to like like? Is there a clock ticking? How much time do you have to make it from July 2025?
Ooh, good question. Um, okay, so from a pure trading perspective of just endless opportunities, whatever, from pure trading slash airdrop slash whatever, 2 to 3 years. Maybe maybe two is a better answer. But I think from there, past that, the real opportunity is just an infra, right? Like I look at where we are right now as the early stages of the tech bubble, where like tech in 98, right? Like maybe tech in 97. Like, and we're just gonna rip for a couple years, I think. Maybe I'm crazy, I probably am. And I might change my bias at some point later on. Um, but right now, that's kind of what I believe. And, after that, like you look at it, was tech kind of dead for the next decade, the next 6, 7 years? Maybe. But there was so much opportunity for the people that stuck around, believed in it, and like really spent that time building something. Um, so that's kind of what I see right now. Like the fast money, a couple years. Um, The real opportunity, though, dude, we're still barely scratching the surface from like this will be the highest growth sector. I mean, I've said this repeatedly, and I believe it. Highest growth sector out of any market over the next couple decades. Like it's inevitable.
Damn. I love how bullish you are. I'm grateful you came on too. I think back to like the early days of my CT account when you would like you come on spaces, you would let me co-host you let me speak on your stage. I bought a wonky stonks. Like you're a real one for a long time, bro. Those are like I think honestly I think back on that, you're one of the first big accounts to show the like OG ThreadGuy account on Twitter love. Which is sick to see a
Yeah,
couple
no, I
circle.
mean, of course, man, you got to see potential, and it's the thing I think a lot of people lose sight of as their account grows. It's like you don't want to pay attention to the little guy. I have some big accounts that give me a hard time for interacting with the little guys right now. Like I'll talk about different things that they talk about, and it's like, dude, if you don't stay humble, you don't stay grounded, and you're missing a lot of opportunity, and you're missing a lot of really cool people in the process. So, look at you now, man. Like, hey, it won't be long before you end up shooting up past me. So,
Look at us,
remember the
man.
little guys.
Look at us, man. Hey, Kaleo, it was a fucking pleasure as always. I have so much love for you, and this could be the best cycle yet, man.
Apologize for the technical difficulties.
Dude, I apologize for making you get on fucking
I need to get it figured out. Probably should, honestly.
I made you get on Discord, so you can put it on me.
Dude, I need to get what you did, like rent out a studio and just, make it a full-time office and get myself out of the house.
Yeah, there we fucking go.
So
you're the GOAT,
respect, man.
Thanks for coming on, my brother.
All right.
Have a good one.
I'll catch you later.
Peace.
Bye.